Coming up on Mountain News this morning, law enforcement and transportation officials met in Hazard to figure out how to reduce the number of deadly crashes.
And Kentucky's Labor Cabinet has filed paperwork that may allow them to pursue more than $1 million in fines owed to the state.
Plus, we told you about issues the city of Benham is having with their water. Now the city told us they were able to fix all broken water lines thanks to help from the community.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Madison,
yes.
It's chilly.
It is chilly. I had a jacket. I brought a jacket out, and I think Brandon did. So you wore a sweater vest. You didn't bring a jacket.
Yeah, I wore a vest, and I have a feeling I might regret it by the end of the morning. So let's bring in Brandon. And Brandon, you know I say vest weather is the best weather, but it might be just a little too chilly for vests.
All right, now listen here, Madison. I've got to correct you on something. That was not a sweater vest that Will had on. That was an actual vest. Sweater vests are a different breed of things. That's my style right there. So just like get that straight this morning. But yeah, I don't think you'll regret it too much today, Will, but it's chilly this morning, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the current temperatures. And 33 now in Monticello. They are always a little bit colder than everybody else, but upper 30s there, mid to upper 30s across much of Lake Cumberland, I-75 in the Cumberland Valley, but warmer on those ridge tops over in the Big Sandy. But still 9 to 26 degrees cooler this morning than it was this time yesterday morning. 64 is your forecast high today. After that chilly morning, we'll see sunny skies this afternoon. Headlines as we look ahead, we will see a fall-like day today, warmer on Thursday, and then more rain chances return as we head toward the weekend. I'll have the latest on that in just a few minutes. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, law enforcement and transportation officials met yesterday in Hazard. The discussion, how to limit fatal crashes. Officials said during the course of 2 years, in every fatality in Perry County, yes, every single one, the victim was not wearing a seatbelt. We hope to have more on this story in the coming days.
Well, this week, the Housing Development Alliance started building its 18th home this year in Perry County.
The organization helps provide safe and affordable housing to people in Breathitt, Knott, Leslie, and Perry counties. I went down to the job site to find out more. A gloomy start to the day.
Whatever the weather is and the conditions, we kind of just bear with it and go on.
But the weather and mud is not stopping the Housing Development Alliance from working.
From start to finish, you know, we pretty much do everything they are to do with a new home. That's framing work, roofing, siding.
For Stephen Hurt, lead carpenter, he has worked on homes for nearly 13 years.
Over the years, over 200.
But Hurt is not the only one with experience.
So I've been coming to these since I was pretty little.
Mary McReynolds is one of the many volunteers from the Perry Central JROTC, but she grew up going to builds with her dad, who works for the Housing Development Alliance.
It's pretty impressive to see just a piece of land go to being a place where a family can live and grow.
Working nail by nail and board by board to get to that finished product.
It's a lot of hard work, you know, it's labor intense. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we can look back and see what we've done.
All with a vision and purpose in sight.
And be able to say, hey, I did that. I was a part of that.
Leaving just a small mark to a much bigger picture. Well, officials with the organization say they hope to have the family in this home by the beginning of the year.
A Whitley County grand jury indicted the former Williamsburg director of the Housing Authority on 45 counts. James Lovett is accused of forging thousands of dollars in checks. Police say the misappropriation of federal housing dollars could have gone back several years. Lovett is responsible for at least the last two. He faces 34 counts for second-degree forgery, 10 counts of theft by deception, plus 1 count of abuse of public trust.
And a former Eastern Kentucky mail carrier pleaded guilty this month to destroying mail. Justin Michael Vaughn will learn his punishment early next year. Prosecutors said in 2018, people in the Cannon community reported things like bills, checks, packages, and even medicine never making it to them. Sentencing is scheduled for February 10th.
A Harrison County farm is suing a major player in Kentucky's hemp industry. The Funrish family says Jen Canna entered into a contract, then tried to get out of paying. The attorney for Fernwood Farms says the farmers made an agreement with the company back in June to grow hemp with the seeds Jen Canna supplied. The family's attorney also said the contract was too vague and the seeds were low quality. We have reached out to Jen Canna for a comment on the suit and have not yet heard back.
And Kentucky's Labor Cabinet has filed paperwork in bankruptcy court in Charleston, West Virginia, to allow them to pursue more than $1 million in fines owed to the state. Since Black Jewel is in bankruptcy court, they have an automatic stay, which protects them from most civil lawsuits. This is similar to penalties the Labor Cabinet is trying to collect. The fines come from two things: the violations from not paying workers and the performance bond they should have met. They were supposed to meet later today, but good faith negotiations are now taking place between the two parties. The hearing for the motion has been moved to November 13th to allow negotiations to continue.
Well, across the Commonwealth, food insecurity is a bigger problem than you might realize.
But for the Commissioner of Agriculture, Ryan Quarles, God's Food Pantry, and others, it is their mission to fight it.
I talked with some of the people working with these programs.
The number of Kentuckians who wonder where their next meal will come from is alarming.
We still have 1 in 6 Kentuckians and 1 in 5 Kentucky school children food insecure. We have a long way to go.
While speaking with the Hazard Perry County Chamber of Commerce Tuesday, Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles talked about food insecurity.
The Kentucky Department of Agriculture works with many organizations, including our food pantries and food banks.
One of those organizations is God's Pantry Food Bank.
There's lots of great ways to make a difference in the life of someone who's a little bit less fortunate.
CEO Michael Halligan recently appeared on Issues and Answers.
We sponsor 33 summer feeding sites across 8 different counties, and there are dozens of other summer feeding sites sponsored by a whole host of different agencies and organizations to make a difference in those kids' lives during the summertime.
The fix to food insecurity is not an easy one, but together there is something we can all do.
For some, it's only a few dollars every week, but that few dollars makes a huge difference in the meals that they can purchase and then consume.
To make sure our neighbors don't go hungry.
Now, to learn more about the Kentucky Agriculture Department's hunger initiatives or God's Pantry Food Bank, just head on over to WYMT.com.
Well, yesterday, the 50th annual Hazard Lions Club radio auction continued in Hazard. Businesses throughout the community come together to donate items to the auction hosted on WSGS. All you have to do is call 606-436-0661. The event goes on from 5:15 to 9 each evening. Various businesses in the community donate to help the club follow its mission.
Most of the money goes to provide scholarships. And we also do a kids' Christmas for 25 children. We provide full outfit of clothing, toothbrush, toothpaste, toy, and then the rest is distributed through other things that pop up through the year.
If you missed the chance to bid on anything yesterday, no worries. You still have 2 evenings. It wraps up Thursday at 9 p.m.
On Monday, we told you about the issues the city of Benham is having with their water system. Yesterday, the city told us they were able to fix all broken water lines in the city. The city clerk says they have received multiple calls since the story aired from people asking how they could help. Since then, they have received the parts to fix the issues that are broken. They say water is currently flowing through the city and that they have parts coming in to fix future breaks.
And a family dedicated to helping others, even in their own times of need. Well, this morning we take you into the Deeds home.
A family that runs 3 ministries, but last month John Deed got very sick, and doctors say it is a miracle he is alive.
And even with medical bills piling up, they are dedicated to helping others. WYMT's Emily Bennett has the story.
Walking into the Deeds home, you will see what is important to them.
Whatever we can get, we take out. We love to give, and we have a heart for God and for people, and that's just what we do.
God, family, and giving.
A lot of times during the year, it comes out of our own house. We will take food, toilet paper, paper towels, anything we get in our own house or from anybody that helps us, we give it out.
The Deeds run 3 ministries, including God's Brides for widows and families.
It takes us about 2 weeks to deliver to all the different areas, and we try to do not just our county, but Pike, Floyd, and Johnson counties.
They give out food, clothing, and toys, and the holidays are always the busiest times.
They're so excited. They see us coming in more. We've been doing it so many years. Kids, and they'll come running to your car screaming because they know you're bringing food or bringing them gifts or something.
But this year is a little different. John went into the hospital after a toothache that became infected and turned into a flesh-eating bacteria.
And every doctor that came in the room, everybody we've about talked to involved in his medical care said, "You're so lucky, you're so blessed to be alive. You really shouldn't have made it through this."
Only 10% of people survive what John did, and they are not letting their personal struggles stop them.
We're not going to quit now. We're just going to keep going and helping people because it's not a time to quit now. No matter what we've been through, it's about helping people still. That's our heart.
A heart that keeps on giving. In Floyd County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
The Deeds are behind in their ministries after spending 1 month in the hospital. They are asking for help to collect food. You can contact Spring Deed at 606-226-8200.
Bit of a chilly start to this Wednesday across the region, especially in those Cumberland Valley counties, but on the WYMT camera you can see things are fairly quiet outside the WYMT studios. 33 right now Monticello, 39 London, Williamsburg, but 47 Prestonsburg and Pikeville this morning, and 48 in Logan. Big range this morning across the state. 38 now Owensboro, 45 in Paducah, 42 in the Tri-Cities of Kingsport, Johnson City, and Bristol, and 43 in Cincinnati. Your day planner, a little chilly start to the day, but we'll get back into the mid-60s by this afternoon under sunny skies.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. And thank you for joining Mountain News this morning.
More news is on the way.
State elections are in less than 2 weeks, and this week some of the spotlight was on the candidates for lieutenant governor.
And a controversial mural in downtown Lexington concerning President Trump was partially painted over last night.